Well, hey everybody, this is Trail from Crossing the Trail. I just want to talk to you briefly. First though, hit subscribe and the little bell to like, so you get all my videos. Uh, but I was thinking the other day, which I know is always an interesting proposition, but I was meditating on Psalm 23. A lot of people know the 23rd Psalm. It's, you know, sometimes done at funerals. It's a lot of people's favorite because it's so comforting, and that's all great. It's all good. But there's one thing that changed my outlook on the 23rd Psalm is finding out at what point David wrote it. Based on the textual evidence and a bunch of other things in the Hebrew that I won't get into, many Old Testament scholars believe Psalm 23 was not written while David was a shepherd sitting on the slopes watching the flock, saying, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It wasn't written in the palace as king, with his every need being met and having all this worldly power, and he says, the Lord is my shepherd. I don't need anything. No. Psalm 23 was written, in all likelihood, while David was fleeing from Absolom, his son who wanted him dead, who with a band of other rebels was out to kill him. And while he's running from his own son who's trying to kill him, he says, you know what? The Lord is still my shepherd. I'll have everything that I need. See, because it's not about the king, it's about the kingdom. And, he leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. This guy's running for his life. But it's like in Samuel when it says that David encouraged himself in the Lord. I think Psalm 23 may have been a way of David doing that. When he talks about walking through the valley of the shadow of death, yeah, that shadow was out to get him. And, when he says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Yeah, but for the days right then, it wasn't goodness and mercy that was following him, or at least just goodness and mercy that was following him. It was a son who wanted to kill him, to take his throne. And I got to thinking, during this pandemic, which is not as bad as somebody chasing you wanting to kill you with a sword, can we still live a Psalm 23 life? Where our confidence is not in the world and what's going on around us, and our joy and our spiritual life is not based on circumstances, but rather on the fact that God does not change, that we as Christians are his children, that we've been adopted into his family, and that he, no matter what is going on around us, continues to be our shepherd. Can we live in the confidence of a Psalm 23 life when the worst is happening and we are in danger, knowing that our God doesn't change, that he is still good all the time and has his purposes being carried out on the earth, period. So I want to challenge me as well as you. Meditate on the 23rd Psalm. Think about when it was written, and let it empower us to live a Psalm 23 life.